Number 10. Ghost in the Shell by Mamoru Oshii. The film that redefined the cyberpunk genre is complex, resonant, and astonishingly well animated, taking the idea of artificial intelligence to a point of human reality and highlighting the emotional turmoil of existence. Ghost in the Shell explores what makes humans as such, with such a serious, atmospheric, and slow-paced structure. Not only a landmark in science fiction filmmaking, but in animation, with visuals that are haunting, extraordinarily detailed, and always stimulating to the eye. Number 9. Star Wars Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back by Irvin Kushner. The film that culminated everything that is right about the Star Wars universe. Though we all agree that the first film was a pinnacle achievement in George Lucas's career, as well as filmmaking at the time, Empire took the idea and concepts discussed in the first and exploded them, and the story's scope, to new levels of drama innovation, challenging the ways special effects and storytelling could be used to explore a world of science fiction. The first time I ever saw the snow battles on Hoth or the Cloud City, I was immediately taken away by the extent and brilliance of design of the complicated worlds and its associated mythology. Director Irvin Kushner, who sadly passed away quite recently, expertly crafts the vision of Lucas into a timeless film that echoes throughout time, adding some of the most climactic scenes in movie history as well as some of the most quotable dialogue. Number 8. Paprika by Satoshi Kon. Hands down the most visually stunning and conceptually ingenious film by animator auteur Satoshi Kon, it stands with Ghost in the Shell, not only as a landmark in what can be expressed in animation, but also in sci-fi. Bringing the concepts of dreams into the world of scientific abuse, Paprika testifies that not only is our progression of technology amazing, but also very dangerous. It tests what remains of our humanity, our personal, private humanity, that can be only found in our dreams. Blending reality and illusion together in his signature seamless style, Kon orchestrates a visual treat for the eyes, as well as a complex and driving premise for the mind. Number 7. Dune by David Lynch. Often criticized for deviation from the original text and a complicated and bizarre film structure, Dune is a wonderful mess, which also, consequently, is a masterwork. David Lynch supplies a surreal, disgusting, and enthralling movie with well-rounded and frequently over-the-top acting from some really great actors, amazing set and costume design. The special effects should be far better than they are considering the year of release, and that we entered into the age of industrial light and magic, but they're still fun to watch. This film takes science fiction from the realms of Star Wars and Star Trek to a completely different realm of thought and imagination, creating a celestial fantasy. Number 6. Metropolis by Fritz Lang. One of the first major science fiction films and one of the most expensive films made at the time, Fritz Lang's dystopian feature hits all the right notes about social class, the importance of conformity, monetary extortion, and the future fate of political tumult. The scope for this film is just gigantic and unbelievably inventive, using architecture to explore social concepts and the idea of revolution through means of non-violent cooperation, challenging the ideas of class struggle and subsequent arrest. One of the great classic silent films and always a testament to our past, present, and future. Number 5. Dark City by Alex Perez. Released around the same time as the more action-savvy Matrix, Dark City explores the similar fundamental properties of what can be defined as the soul. Superbly acted and directed, it blends the well-executed aspects of film noir with the premises of scientific experimentation, mental evolution, and the expansion of consciousness. The concept of personal memories and experiences as an ability that is often taken for granted, and the torture of an existence of collective memory are thoroughly explored. Though, like Dune, the effects can sometimes come across as a bit dated, the film is a testament to human dexterity as well as a sci-fi adventure not easily forgotten. Number 4. Alphaville by Jean-Luc. Combining my favorite concepts of dystopian civilizations, much on the same wavelengths as Orwell's 1984 and Huxley's Brave New World, and film noir, Alphaville is set in a technocratic dictatorship in which emotions are considered obsolete and public exhibition of them is against the law. The concept of the individual self, much as in Dark City and Metropolis, is explored throughout the film with great razor-sharp wit and accuracy by new wave master Jean-Luc. The dangers of the technological advancement and abuse are in constant play, and no one else could have played the lead like Eddie Constantine, and we are greeted to brilliant performances by the whole cast. A futuristic film that was shot on the streets of Paris makes this film far closer to home than expected. Number 3. Inception by Christopher Nolan. Extremely intelligent and visually astounding, Nolan's exploration into the world of dreams as well as a statement on the power of the subconscious makes this film a classic of its time. The complex design in this alternate reality of a world in which dreams can be entered with the aid of machines, and not only that, but shared with other people, is just mind-boggling. And very much like Paprika, it uses technology as a means to further individual prospects of personal wealth and power. We are exposed to a complicated and amazing world of dream building, as well as the danger of not only technology, but also of infectious ideas. Number 2. 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. Not that I need say much on the works of Stanley Kubrick, but this film is a visual manifestation of a magnificent space opera, in which it flows like the score, changing with each note. Supplying some of the greatest practical effects ever put on film, a vast range of interpretations, and a viewing experience that can hardly be equaled, it makes us look into ourselves as well as the future of our species in equal measure. In addition to all the landmarks that this film breaks in the realms of sci-fi, fantasy, character study, and filmmaking as a whole, it creates one of the greatest and most iconic film villains ever to grace the screen, HAL 9000. Not only serving as the film's antagonist, but also as a commentary on what humanity is racing toward: technological perfection, logical superiority, and supersession by what we have created. Science fiction films after 1968 owe much of what they are to 2001 and to the film master Stanley Kubrick. Number 1. Blade Runner by Ridley Scott. The film that can contest as the catalyst for creating the cyberpunk genre is the greatest science fiction marvel of our time. Like 2001 and Metropolis, the practical effects are amazingly constructed and detailed, and the computer effects are forever timeless. Based off the eclectic work by author Philip K. Dick, Blade Runner sets the dystopian tone for what is an epic of magnanimous proportions. Acting by Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer are some of the finest in film history, as well as the personal drama that is experienced when life is in such short supply. Death is constantly publicized, investigated, and shirked by all characters in the film, and the frailty of existence sets the overall tone. The pacing, the writing, the direction, everything is perfectly in balance that very few films have ever achieved, and ever will achieve. A reflection again on our pursuit of technology and dominance that concaves and makes us look harder into the mirror to discover who we are and where we're ultimately going.